Sup, traders? It's the world's okayest trader, and I'm going to do my review for today, which is the 8th of February 24. I intended to record my entire session so I could go through the thought process, but I had some problems early on recording. And I also found that starting and stopping was distracting me from the trading, so until I can make that a little smoother, I'm going to do it like this. Anyway, started off the day by marking the overnight open through this range in here. I did move it down a little bit based on move the top of the range down based on some other candles that showed up later in the day, but initially I had it, where did I have it? It's a big range. I had it initially there. Yeah, it was initially there. Anyway, so it's range overnight, and we have this sort of spike, this channel up, break. I was expecting, with this tight channel down, we were going to have a break and have it go down. I think I jumped the gun quite a bit on this, specifically when I entered on this candle here. I should have, I even think I said it out loud when I was entering this. I probably shouldn't enter it. It's a bullish bar. Yes, it's below the EMA. It ticked me in. It didn't go, I think it only went 3 ticks. Yeah. So it really only went 2 ticks if your entry is 1 tick below that bar. So, you would have gotten 4 or 8. And then it reversed. So that was a dumb one. I shouldn't have done that. As we go, we do have this range top forming. This is when I moved it down on that double bar, or that double top, to see it go. And at this point, I'm looking for something off of the range, either this, which could have been a good trade. I just don't think I was sure of this sort of middle of the range, middle line of this larger range. I just wasn't satisfied with that. I was still expecting maybe it to come back down to this low, and there it did. So once it hit to the tick of these bases over here, fairly strong bullish signal bar. I put the entry 1 tick above that bar, and it took off. Now I did scalp the position just short of the EMA, and then I let the other one run a little bit higher to the top of the range, just short. I think it was 50.14. We got our new high, and then we're, again, off the range. If I was ready to go and this wasn't so congested, this might have been a good short. Expecting it to at least come back to the midline, if not all the way to the bottom, because we are in a relatively healthy range. This second entry short should have been an entry for me, given everything I've been saying. The entry would have been below the midline, strong bullish bar. Yeah, 2-ish points of risk, but given the bars that we've seen today, that's sort of normal. Still expecting this to break a new low, but with this push above the AMA, I'm thinking, okay, now we're going back to test the top of the range, and it doesn't, and it just comes back right down. So there's the break of this, and there's your new extreme. At this point, because it broke out the bottom, we're probably looking for a failed breakout if we get a good signal bar. That was a good one, but by the time I saw it, because I got distracted with day job stuff, I probably should have entered 1 tick here, which is 3 points of risk. Probably a little bit big for me. I guess I could have pared down my contract size, but it is what it is. Live and learn. And that did, if you could hold through that entire piece for your runner, as opposed to moving your runner break even, we end up back at the top of the range at some point. This is making higher lows. Probably this could have been a good second entry to enter with that strong bullish bar, but you're still in the middle of that range. It kind of is holding all the way through. So, yeah, I'm not taking anything in the middle. If you're aggressive, sure, but I don't want to reinforce bad habits. It was bad enough I ignored the signal bar way back here. And then, yeah, there was a lot of strong moves. I suppose you could enter this, but again, it's still 3 points from the bottom of the range. It would have been nicer if it was closer for me, but at this point it was really slow. So all of these bars just took forever to form. This channel, short channel, overshoot right to the overnight open, expecting a bounce off of there, and it does bounce right back down. Don't know how far, but because it's an overshoot, we're expecting it to show up in that break in that lower area. It eventually happens. And we just sort of bounce around here. And this is about where I stopped my day. I couldn't do it anymore. I just could not sit through this slowness. Bars are printing slow. Yeah. So that was the end of my day. Ended 1-1, green on the day. Overall, I had the full stop out on the first trade, and then small scalp, and then the runner made up for the losses. So I ended up green overall on the day. Thanks, and this is the world's okayest trader.